Hello, fluffy friend lovers. Have you ever faced a situation when your usually affectionate and calm cat suddenly turns into a hissing bundle of nerves? Admit it, this can catch even experienced owners off guard. Puffed up tail, flattened ears, arched back, and that characteristic hissing. What's happening with your pet and how can you help? Today, we'll figure out why cats show fear, how to recognize warning signals, and which methods really work to calm a frightened furball. If you love your four-legged friend and want to learn to understand their language, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. After all, knowledge of pet psychology is the key to harmonious relationships with them and to their happy life alongside us. First, let's understand why cats hiss at all. Hissing is not an expression of anger or aggression, as many mistakenly believe. It's primarily a signal of fear and anxiety. When a cat hisses, it's as if saying, "I'm scared and I want you to stay away." This is an ancient defense mechanism inherited by domestic cats from their wild ancestors. In nature, hissing serves as a warning to potential opponents. Don't come closer, I might be dangerous. Thus, the cat is trying to avoid conflict, not provoke it. Understanding this basic motivation is the first step toward properly responding to a frightened pet's behavior. What could frighten a domestic cat so much that it starts hissing? There can be many reasons, and it's important to learn to recognize them. Often the source of fear is loud, unexpected sounds, fireworks, thunder, repair work, or even just a fallen object. Cats have incredibly sensitive hearing, and what seems like just noise to us can be deafening and frightening to them. Another common reason is the appearance of strangers in the house. Whether new people or other animals, cats often perceive them as a potential threat to their territory and safety. Also, don't forget about stressful situations like moving, renovations, or even just rearranging furniture. For cats, who are very attached to their familiar surroundings, such changes can be a serious shock. Finally, the cause of fear might be pain or discomfort due to illness or injury. If your cat suddenly started hissing without an apparent external cause, you might want to consult a veterinarian. How can you recognize that a cat is frightened even before it starts hissing? Cats' body language is amazingly expressive if you know what to look for. Ears pressed against the head are one of the most obvious signs of anxiety. The more flattened the ears, the more frightened the cat. Pay attention to the tail too. If it's fluffy and tense, that's a clear signal of stress. The cat may hold its tail close to the body or conversely, keep it high and twitching. Dilated pupils also indicate a state of fear or excitement. And if the cat freezes in place or, conversely, starts nervously pacing around the room, that's also a reason to be alert. Some cats under stress begin to groom excessively or, conversely, stop grooming themselves. Careful observation of these signals will help you notice in time that something is wrong with your pet and take measures before the situation escalates. Now let's discuss what to do in the first minutes when you discover that your cat is frightened and hissing. The most important rule is not to rush and not to try to immediately pick up the cat or calm it with physical contact. This may only intensify its fear and even provoke aggression as a means of self-defense. Instead, speak to your pet in a quiet, calm voice. Cats are very sensitive to tone and can pick up on your emotional state, so it's important to remain calm yourself. Try to remove the source of fear if possible. For example, if the cat is frightened by the vacuum cleaner noise, turn it off. If it's afraid of guests, take them to another room. Give your pet space and the opportunity to find a safe place on its own. Don't chase the cat or try to get it out of hiding. This will only increase stress. Remember that in such moments, it's better to act on the principle of less is more. The less you interfere, the faster the cat will be able to calm down on its own. One of the most effective ways to calm a frightened cat is creating a safe space. Every cat should have its special place where it can retreat when feeling stressed or anxious. This could be a special house, a closed carrier with a soft bedding, or just a quiet corner on the top shelf of a closet. The main thing is that this place should be difficult to access for other family members and pets. You can make it more attractive by placing the cat's favorite toy there or an item of clothing with your scent. When the cat is frightened, don't try to pull it out of the shelter. On the contrary, give it the opportunity to stay there as long as necessary. For many cats, the ability to hide and observe the situation from a safe place is already calming in itself. You can even prepare several such corners in different parts of the house so that the cat can always find refuge, regardless of where the frightening situation arose. Pheromones play a huge role in communication between cats and can be an excellent tool for relieving stress. In nature, cats leave pheromones by rubbing objects with their cheeks or forehead, thus marking territory as safe. Today, synthetic analogs of cat pheromones are available in the form of diffusers, sprays, or wipes. These products mimic the natural calming pheromones that a mother releases for her kittens. The result won't be instantaneous, but regular use of such products can significantly reduce your pet's anxiety level. Pheromones are especially effective when preparing for stressful events such as moving, traveling, or visiting the veterinarian. Start using a pheromone diffuser a few days before the anticipated stressful event so that the cat associates these smells with safety and calmness in advance. And if you notice that the cat is starting to get nervous, you can spray pheromone spray on its bed or toys. Proper handling of a frightened cat requires special technique and patience. If you need to pick up a hissing scared cat, for example, to remove it from a dangerous situation, do it as carefully as possible. It's best to use a thick towel or special glove to protect your hands. A frightened animal may accidentally scratch or bite, even if it doesn't usually show aggression. Approach the cat from the side, not directly. A frontal approach may be perceived as a threat. Move slowly and predictably, avoiding sudden movements. Talk to your pet in a soft, soothing voice. When picking up the cat, support its entire body, including the paws. The feeling of support is very important for creating a sense of security. Don't look the cat directly in the eyes. In the cat world, a direct stare is perceived as a challenge or threat. Instead, blink slowly and frequently. In cat language, this means, "I trust you," and pose no threat. Food can be a powerful tool for relieving stress in cats. When your pet calms down a bit after the initial fright, you can offer it a special treat. Choose something really special that the cat rarely gets. A piece of boiled chicken, some tuna, or a special treat from the pet store. It's important to offer the treat correctly. Don't try to feed it directly from your hand to a frightened cat, as this may be perceived as an invasion of personal space. Instead, place the treat near the cat and step away, allowing it to decide when to approach and take it. Some owners note that their cats calm down when offered food in interactive feeding toys. Such toys not only provide nutrition, but also distract the cat's attention from the source of fear, forcing its brain to switch to solving the puzzle. However, remember that not all cats are ready to eat when under severe stress, so don't insist if your pet refuses the treat. Music and nature sounds can have an amazing effect on the psychological state of cats. Research shows that special music created with the peculiarities of feline hearing in mind can significantly reduce stress levels. Such music usually has a tempo similar to the frequency of a cat's heartbeat in a calm state and includes sounds in the high-frequency range that are especially well perceived by the cat's ear. Many owners also note a positive effect from classical music, especially calm pieces by Bach or Mozart. Recordings of nature sounds, such as gentle rain noise or rustling leaves, can also have a calming effect. But loud music with sharp rhythms or low bass should be avoided. It can only increase anxiety. A good idea is to create a playlist of calming tracks and play it at a low volume when you notice the first signs of anxiety in your pet or before potentially stressful events. Physical contact can be both salvation and additional stress for a frightened cat. It all depends on the animal's character and the degree of its fright. Some cats seek protection from their owner when frightened and are calmed by petting. Others, on the contrary, perceive any touch as an additional threat. How to determine what your particular cat wants? Observe its body language. If the pet approaches you on its own, rubs against your legs or hands, purrs softly, most likely physical contact will be comforting for it. If the cat moves away, crouches to the ground, or continues to hiss when you approach, it's better to refrain from touching. If contact is appropriate after all, start with very light strokes in the places your cat usually prefers. Most often, it's the area behind the ears, under the chin, or along the back. Avoid the belly. Most cats perceive touches to this area as a potential threat, especially when they are frightened. Play can be an excellent way to help a cat switch attention and relieve tension, but only after the acute phase of fear has passed. Don't try to play with a cat when it's in a state of panic. This will only increase stress. When you notice that your pet is starting to calm down, for example, the ears return to their normal position and breathing becomes more even, you can offer a favorite toy. Toys that stimulate hunting instinct work best. Fishing rods with feathers, balls, or interactive toys that move unpredictably. Play not only distracts from the source of fear, but also helps release adrenaline that accumulates in the cat's body during stress. In addition, during play, the body produces endorphins, happiness hormones that naturally reduce anxiety levels. However, remember that play should be voluntary. If the cat shows no interest in the toy, don't insist and try later. Aromatherapy can be an effective additional means for calming a nervous cat, but requires a careful approach. Cats have exceptionally sensitive sense of smell, and many scents pleasant to humans can be irritating or even toxic to them. Never use essential oils directly on the cat or near it without consulting a veterinarian. Nevertheless, some natural aromas, such as lavender or chamomile, in very low concentration can have a calming effect. You can try placing a small bunch of dried lavender near the cat's resting place, or use special herbal pads created specifically for animals. It's important to remember that any aromatic products should be placed so that the cat can move away from the smell if it doesn't like it. And of course, never use diffusers with essential oils in a closed room where the cat is. This can lead to serious health problems. Prevention is always better than treatment, and this is especially true when it comes to fears in cats. Many phobias form at an early age, so socialization of kittens is extremely important. Try to carefully introduce a small kitten to various sounds, smells, people, and situations, so that in the future, they don't cause panic fear. It's important to do this gradually, connecting the new experience with something pleasant, play or treats. If you already have an adult cat with established fears, you can apply the technique of desensitization, gradual habituation to the frightening factor. For example, if the cat is afraid of the vacuum cleaner, start by simply placing the turned-off vacuum cleaner in the room for a few minutes, encouraging the cat with treats for calm behavior. Then you can turn on the vacuum cleaner in another room, gradually getting closer, and so on. This process requires patience and can take weeks or even months, but the results are usually worth the effort. When should you consult a veterinarian or animal psychologist? If your cat shows signs of severe fear without an obvious reason, if the fear doesn't go away for a long time, or if a usually calm pet suddenly started showing unusual behavior, this is cause for concern. Sudden changes in behavior may be a sign of a medical problem causing discomfort or pain. Another alarming signal is if the fear is so strong that the cat refuses food or water for more than 24 hours. Also, you should seek help if the frightened cat has begun to show aggression toward people or other animals, especially if this wasn't observed before. In some cases, the veterinarian may prescribe sedatives or refer you to an animal behavior specialist. Don't hesitate to seek professional help. Sometimes it's the only way to effectively solve the problem and improve your pet's quality of life. Different cat breeds may react differently to stress and fear. Some breeds, such as Abyssinian or Bengal, are known for their high activity and curiosity. They may overcome fear faster thanks to their natural curiosity. Others, such as Persian or British Shorthair, are often more phlegmatic and may take longer to recover after a stressful situation. Siamese and Oriental cats are famous for their emotionality and can express fear very vividly, including loud vocalizations. Maine Coons and Ragdolls, despite their impressive size, usually have a calm temperament and are less prone to panic reactions. However, it's important to remember that individual character traits and the cat's past experience play no less a role than breed predisposition. Two cats of the same breed can react completely differently to the same situation. Knowing the temperament characteristics of your pet, you'll be able to select the most effective methods for calming it. So, let's summarize. When your cat hisses and shows signs of fear, it's important to act calmly and methodically. Remember that hissing is not aggression, but a signal of anxiety and a request for space. First of all, try to remove the source of fear and provide your pet with a safe refuge. Don't impose physical contact if the cat doesn't want it, and give it time to calm down on its own. Use pheromones, calm music, and, when the cat is ready, distracting games. For a long-term solution to the problem, consider desensitization methods and don't hesitate to contact specialists if the situation doesn't improve. How are things with your fluffy friends? Have you encountered situations where your cat was frightened and what calming methods worked best? Share your experience in the comments. Your stories can be very useful for other owners. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. This way, you'll help us create more quality content about pets. Turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video, where we'll reveal the secrets of the special language of cat purring and tell you what your pet is really saying when it makes these amazing sounds. In the meantime, be patient, attentive, and remember, Understanding is the first step to harmony between you and your cat.